Hello and welcome to today's reading, which is for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For this new moon in Pisces, we will be having Sunday, February 23rd, and that will peak at 10:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be using the Rider-Waite deck, the Affirmators deck by Knock Knock, the Native Spirit deck by Denise Lynn, one of my favorite oracle decks, my charms, Fortunes for Fortune cookies, and the little pieces of paper you can just barely see there out on the edge are extra details, such as dimensions. There's always a ton of rocks and gems and crystals that come out, extra numbers and letters, months, all that good stuff. The first time I tried recording this, I had to stop, ground myself, so I just got back from a few minutes of meditation, not much. But I really need an extra second of grounding, so I'm sure this is going to be important for whoever is watching this. I channel a little bit that there's probably some cross watchers here. Probably watching for someone else who's a Scorpio. There's definitely something for you here if that's why you're here. Okay. What do Scorpios need to know about this new moon? Lots of cards. That's very nice. Okay. Gonna try to keep these cards where you can see them, but they always just want to be arranged how they want to be arranged. I can't even arrange these how they want to be arranged right now. I'm gonna do them over. Always listen to the cards with how they have to be arranged. It's just the thing that feels right to me to do every time. Okay. There you can see all the cards from this angle. Okay. So Scorpio, this is definitely going to be eventful. I definitely see that you are doing things that you enjoy. I mean, you're sitting here with an Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, and a King of Wands. Spiritually, you're here. Even if you're not receiving as many messages spiritually that you want to, you're not necessarily growing, but you're here and you're strong in what you are spiritually speaking. And perhaps it's time that you contemplate on what you're trying to do. Because, you know what you want to do, but you see the other options you can take. But you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly which option you're choosing. So you don't even see what's happening with that other option. Even though there's definitely a reality splintering off there. You don't even need to pay attention to it. Like, you don't even need to, tune in and follow that. Because I've done that when my reality splinters off sometimes. Myself, especially one, and I need to quit looking at it. It's making me feel so, don't do that. Don't follow that if you have that ability to, tune in with what other bits of your soul are doing from where options splintered off. Don't do that. You focus on the here and now in the current life and reality you are living. That is what will give you the most happiness. Don't just hotboard this other reality. You're not even living it. Your soul is, yes, but not the little sliver of your consciousness that's in your current body watching this video. See what you have. Take it for what it is. Live your life strongly. Because you got this. Even if logically you can't see it. Spiritually you see it. Spiritually you know that shit. You know it. Go for it. You are a Scorpio. Why would you go in the other direction? You're headstrong. You're going where you're going. And with all that water, and you're going to listen to your intuition, you're going to listen to your higher self, you're following that spiritual path, and that's what you need to do. That's the best you can do right now. So you're doing good right now. Whatever happens in your life right now, it's good. It's what's best for you. Even if it takes contemplation and self-control. And while, yes, you don't necessarily see the logic in it, nobody's able to help you see the logic in this. It's like your logic's poof, gone. Yes, you need to find that logic, but you don't need to find that logic right now. You will find that logic. You will find it in time after you've followed it for a while. You'll look back and see the logic. Especially for water signs and especially Scorpio. Most of logic comes in hindsight. That's especially how it is for Scorpio during this new moon. The logic is hindsight. Your spiritual messages and what you need to know spiritually and following spiritually is in the here and now. You see it, you got it. Definitely feeling more cards because you're Scorpio and I'm a Scorpio. Gonna be a bit biased and give you a couple extra ones which are calling me here. Most signs I give extra cards, but this is probably the most out of any of them. I think the most any other group has gotten is 5. This is 6. Nature bonus card. Good things to come. No need to do. Sanctuary, another bonus card. Inspiration. And story of my life. Story of my life. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose it to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn that Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. We got a snake giving flowers to a rat. If snakes or rats, maybe flowers, any other details stick out to you, they're meant to. Inspiration. There is a voice of inspiration within me. Right now, it's only a whisper, but the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon it will be a flawless speech, voiced by James Earl Jones, through a megaphone with lots of applause. Sanctuary. Good for you, it seemed you'd earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath, or as big as a trip, or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath, or a normal-sized trip to a tiny bubble bath. Or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved. No need to do. I am exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there will always be laundry and taxes, but in terms of my life's path, I don't need to do anything because I am already here. I take a deep breath, relax, and trust, and then do laundry. Definitely like I was saying, trust, don't need to look elsewhere. You got this. And if a weasel means anything to you, could be important. Good things to come. There are so many amazing gifts coming my way. I can't see them now because I respect the general convention of not peeking under wrapping paper, but they will show up when the time is right, and that's when I'll remember how much fun it is to be surprised. If the car, the wrapping paper with the eyes, or this bow mean anything to you, could be important. Nature. It's time to unleash your inner hippie and step outside of that man-made box. Take a walk in the woods, smell those flowers, hug some trees. You might think you're being ironic, like, look at me, I'm being all tree huggery and stuff. But you'll find that even those trees will hug you back. Trees come from a time before irony, and their earnestness is impervious to our jaded humor. If that doesn't make you want to hug them even more, well, I guess you're just a robot. What guidance does Scorpio need during this new moon? Shapeshifter and Ancient Forest. That Shapeshifter card just made me think of my absolute biggest nightmare fear. I'm not even going to say the name of it. But the first thing that goes into my head about shapeshifters and Native Americans, because this is Native Spirit deck, you might know what I'm talking about and why I don't even want to say it. It is a positive card, though. It's not about that. Okay. Ancient Forest. Card meaning. Your roots go deep. Incredible, radiant, healing strength is available to you and grows within you. Do not doubt your abilities. You are so much more than you can possibly imagine. There's immense, unseen, but very real support around you. You are loved and cherished. You are grounded, stable, and strong as your spirit reaches high into the heavens. Your native spirit wants you to know. Throughout the world, those in indigenous cultures revere what are called the tree people. The powerful life force of trees can bring healing, strengthening, and grounding energies. The kind of tree might vary from culture to culture, but the reverence and gratitude for its beneficial energies are the same. The ancient forest is alive with nature spirits. Additionally, each tree has an individual spirit, especially powerful and resilient. The forest can survive the harshest conditions because of the mutual support of the spirit of the entire forest. Your greatest strength is silent and deep. It doesn't need a show of force, it just is. Inner power is found through contemplation, reflection, and meditation. Sometimes it comes from times of growth and change. Other times it springs from surviving and conquering painful situations. The journey. Adopt a tree. It can be one in your yard or one in a nearby park or wilderness area. Talk to the tree, touch its bark, give thanks, and by doing so you create an energy connection that will continue to nurture you no matter how far away you are from your adopted tree. Shapeshifter. Kind of a dark card. I don't know if you can see it that well. Up here. There's a deer. Okay. Card meaning. You can be anything you desire. Let go of attachment to your identity. See the world around you with new eyes. Be malleable. Experiment with different ways of viewing reality. See the point of view of others. If you haven't been able to manifest your dreams, maybe you need to shift the way you see the person or situation. Your native spirit wants you to know. In earth-based cultures, shapeshifters had the mystical ability to transform into other forms of consciousness. It's said that these beings were not imagining that they were changing into a specific animal, plant, or stone. They could actually morph into another shape. Just because most people today don't think this is possible doesn't mean that it's not true. This card code shows you because it wants you to know that your past does not need to equal your future. Simply shifting your point of view or belief system can bring an entirely new destiny into being. The journey. To deepen your ability to shapeshift, simply imagine that you're an animal, bird, plant, or stone. Make it as real as you can. Doing this deepens your ability to shift your beliefs and limiting decisions that perhaps you held back from fulfilling your highest destiny. That end part made me remember this thing we did when I was in the 4th grade. And maybe it would be like a smart exercise for you to do, where we had to write a story from the point of view of an inanimate object in like the day of their life. So maybe do something like that, just to try to get in the mind something other than yourself. Ooh, got the dice. Been a while since the dice come out. We got 3. 3 means something to you. Ooh. Children's ring and wedding or engagement ring. This is the woman's wedding or engagement ring. That could be specific. And a little children's ring with a teddy bear on it. Could be romantic relationships, which is what this ring or the men's ring alone kind of means to me. And the children's ring could mean a child, maybe around, born or not. In fact, when I said that, I started thinking about spirit babies. Maybe there's a message from your spirit baby in here. Maybe they're going to be a Scorpio. This is the big ring missing a stone, and then this kind of reminds me of friendship ring. Definitely commitment here. I got this little key. I have a 10-cent coin from 2005 from Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I've never been here. Found this on the ground in Michigan, quite far away from the Bahamas. I mean, I could see finding something like this in Florida might be a lot more commonplace than, say, Michigan, where it was found. Oh yeah, the other coin is from Binder Park Zoo. It's one of the crushed pennies. It's got a giraffe on it. Okay. Next, we have this earring with a tiny little stone in it. Oh, you can't see it that well. It never likes to focus on it because it's so tiny. An eraser that says love. Another eraser, which is a dolphin. Which makes me think of like some kind of like higher dimensional communication. They are in contact with mermaids. Mermaids and dolphins speak the same language. One of the reasons why we don't really see mermaids very often is because they can live in the 3rd or 4th dimension, and they choose to live within the 4th dimension, and humans can't really see or experience the 4th dimension very well. Which is why we don't really experience mermaids, but we can always communicate with them. Remember that. I do have mermaid cards. I need to study them. I'm really slow at studying cards. That's the next deck I'm going to study after I finish my other one. This is a yellow eraser. And this is a little axe. An axe means something to you. Could be cutting people off. A golden safety pin. Little nose plug for swimming. Maybe you're going to go to the Bahamas or some other place just generally in that area, or somewhere more tropical. A cross. I also have a pebble. And then we have a treble clef. Music could be important. Maybe you're going somewhere for music or love or something. Could happen. Lots of letters here. Okay. We have I, S, M, and W, L and B, R, I, and K. Okay. Now for the fortunes. Okay. Love is the affinity which links and draws together the elements of the world. Lucky numbers are 26, 14, 17, 8, 4, and 2. And if you're interested in learn Chinese, it says July is Qiye. Probably pronouncing that wrong. Let me zoom in. I don't know if you can see it, but I did burn myself. Those are grease burns. Be careful when you're frying food. The next fortune says, a tub and rub will change your day. Maybe you need a bath. Because we also had the affirmations card which mentioned baths. The lucky numbers on this one are 15, 16, 20, 18, 33, and 49. And the learn Chinese is that new words are Shang-Chi. That's... If it'll zoom in on the actual... I don't know what the alphabet is called. I also know that there's... when people talk about Chinese, it can be Mandarin or Cantonese. I'm imagining it's Mandarin that they put on fortune cookies. But I'm not positive at all. I'd love to learn both one day, though. And then maybe I'll pronounce these words right. Okay. Okay, less than that. Okay. The number 9. And the number 5. Chinese turquoise. Maybe you need some of that. Or sapphire. Or garnet. Hawthorn. Hawthorn trees may be important. Aquamarine. Oak tree. Oak trees could be important. The letter C. Pig, Year of the Pig, that was last year. Or maybe just pigs. May. May can be important. The letter O. Morion. Another letter O. Elder tree. The letter E. An ivy tree. The month of August. Orange could be the color, could be the fruit. Dog, you're the dog, or maybe actual dogs. Flame jasper. Stag, there's an animal form of Celtic zodiac that may be important, could also just be stags in general. Burma jade. And a rowan tree, maybe rowan tree is important. Trees are also a form of zodiac, so you might want to look that up too when it comes to the trees here. Lastly, we have the number 1. The number 8, which shows up in there as a lucky number, and the letter H. Okay. So Scorpio, I hope that resonated for you, and go ahead and tell me if it did resonate in the comments below. I would love to hear if it resonated. If you are looking to watch other new moon readings or future new moon, future full moon readings, then go ahead and check what I have out already, or go ahead and subscribe for future ones. I'm also going to start putting out weekly twin flame readings, one for Divine Feminine and one for Divine Masculine. And I really hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching this video. I hope you have an amazing day.